live? I've had such trouble with streams. I really hope this is working. Oh yes, I'm so happy. This has taken me ages. The lag seems to be quite long, but I've tried doing it through a software thing called OBS, and I watched a video on how to do it, and I don't seem to be having any trouble. But I did have to watch 2 videos because I tried following one and it didn't really work. So I tried another. I'm just closing the blind thing because it's quite bright. I hope no one else is streaming at the same time as me. This was just quite a convenient time for me, so I decided to stream. So I'm going to be colouring in Romantic Country 2 today. And because Adri, one of my lovely subscribers, she asked if I could, so I thought that would be a great opportunity to do another picture in here. I've only done one. This is the second copy of this book. I've only done one, and that was a buddy colour with Lisa. But yeah, I was really happy with this one. You may have seen it on my completed pages that I uploaded. I'm not sure if the glitter or anything will show up very well, so I'm just going to flip through this and decide what I want to do, because I'm not sure what I want to do yet, so I will just have a flip through. There's so many pages in this book, and I think sometimes you can get a bit overwhelmed with loads and loads of pictures. I want to try out a new technique because I bought some white ink, some Winsor & Newton white ink, and I watched it on the Colour Cave, and apparently you can kind of white out your lines and it works really well, and I have given it a go, and I was surprised actually that it did work quite well. So, hi Corvette! How are you? I've finally managed to get the stream working to some degree, which is great because I was having real trouble doing it, so I'm happy that I can stream. Lots of people were asking where I'd been. I'm just flipping through and deciding on a page to do in Romantic Country 2. Oh, there's so many lovely pages. Oh, it's so hard picking a page. I don't know. How was your weekend? I suddenly remembered it's Tuesday. I thought it was Monday for a second. No, I'm looking forward to Bake Off tonight. I want to pick a fairly simple picture because I would like to start it in the stream and then get it done relatively soon. I go back to school on Friday, so I know they are, and sometimes it's really hard when you liked loads and loads of the pictures because you don't know what to do. I think I'm going to do this one because I want to test out my new technique. Well, it's not my new technique. Oh no, yes, I heard about that. Yeah, I saw it on the news. Hi, Shannon. Well, I hope you do okay. I hope it doesn't affect you too much. Oh gosh, this is so tricky. Okay, I am going to colour some of these. So the technique I saw was on the Colour Cave. I saw that if you use Winsor & Newton white ink, you can go over the lines and they kind of, you white them out so that when you go over with pencil, it kind of looks like you have drawn it yourself. Hi, Pam. And so it's a really good way of making it look realistic, and lots of people who are very good at whiting things out, like Chris Cheng, they use like a Uniball Signo white pen, or you may use gouache or acrylic paint or something like that. But as Joe was saying, what happens is you're adding texture to the paper, whereas this kind of the paper kind of sucks it in because it's quite absorbent. So I am going to give this a go. I've tried it in a book that I don't really colour in, and I just use to try things out. So I'm going to give this a go on one of these, and I guess because this page is quite bitty, it should work quite well. I apologise for this lighting. I really need to try and sort something out. I can get it brighter, but then the light just comes through because it's still really sunny, even though it's almost 6 o'clock here. Yes, I'm doing really well, thank you, Pam. I'm actually quite looking forward to going back to school. I like getting my new timetable and things and getting back into the swing of it. So this is the ink, and I'm just going to go and get my paper. So this is going to be a bit of an experiment, so I can't say for sure that this is going to work, and hopefully it won't mess up, but it's no big deal. I think I'm going to do this dragon, and unfortunately I can't really zoom in, but I hope that's not too big of a deal. I think with the live streams, people mostly watch them to just either chat or to just listen to. Same with colour and chats, really. I'm going to be using a couple of my Pro Art brushes. I got this set. They're really lovely, these brushes, and they work really, really well. And I actually want a different set for my birthday. I'm not even sure if you can get them, but they're more flat, and they work really well, and I love the flat ones quite a lot because you can get quite a smooth lay down. But then I bought these two open stock ones. This one isn't a Pro Art, but it's a small flat brush which works really well, and this one is a tiny Pro Art brush, and I think we will probably be using this one mostly. So that's the 0 Series 7 107 spotter, and then the Pro Art Scholar in number 2. So I think I'll probably use those mostly. I'm so glad I got the stream working because I can do more now, and I've been away, so I wasn't able to stream anyway, but I was having real difficulty because I swear they've changed it a bit, the way that you have to start your streams. You have to do this weird encoder thing, and it doesn't work. It didn't work at the beginning, and I was getting really frustrated with it. So I'm just going to start by going over some of this area, and I think I'm going to do this a greeny colour. So all I do is dip my brush into the ink and then wipe it off at the side so that I don't have too much, because you don't want to overload your brush. If you want a really good video, go over to the Colour Cave and watch Jay's video, because it is amazing and it does work well. So yeah, I found this ink today, and I already have the set of 8. I think it's the Henry set. I already have the Henry set, and I've asked for the William set for my birthday. Started making my list. So this is a very fine brush, so it is hard to get the detail. That's the phone ringing, if you can hear it in the background. It's quite hard to get the ink without a load coming on it. But I'm not sure if it reacts differently on different paper, so we will see how this goes. But yeah, I've tried using the white gel pen before, and it just doesn't work. It gives a funny texture, and it never seems to come out the way I want it to. Colouring Francis did a really good the picture with the oh my gosh, the koi fish in World of Flowers. She managed to do the flowers really well, and she did the same technique with the Uniball Signo. Oh no, she used gouache, sorry, she's white gouache. I do have the Arteza gouache, and I have thought about doing it, but then on Jay's video on the Colour Cave, she tried gouache and it didn't work. So I'm just going to do this area and let it dry. So I'll start another area down here. Okay. So have you guys got anything planned for this week? We're not really doing anything this week. We had to get a few supplies for school today, but yeah, it hasn't been too busy, which is really nice. My mum's taken this week off so that she can spend it with us before we go back to school. So I'm hoping this is going to work quite well, and I know it's going to add to my picture. I mean, I'm not going to do it on all my pictures. I'll just do it on the odd one, but I think it will look quite effective, and it may make things look more realistic. Has the chat frozen, guys? Because I'm just thinking, because it's been weird. Let me have a look. I'm not sure if it's just, maybe there's something wrong with it, I'm not sure. Let me know, is it still okay? Oh, okay, great, it is working. Oh wow, Shannon. Yeah, I guess it can get very busy and things with especially like for me in school and stuff, so I try to get as much colouring done as I can in my spare time. School is very demanding, and I'm going into year 10, so GCSE stuff starts, and it starts to get a bit stressful, and especially since, I mean, I'm doing fine art for GCSE, which is going to be really fun because I really love creative things, but that is very demanding in like the amount of work that you have to get done each week. So I'm just hoping that I don't get too many creative blocks, because that has happened to me recently with my colouring. Sometimes I just don't know what to colour, and it has really annoyed me. So I'm hoping that won't be the case and that I will find inspiration somehow. Hi, Kenny. Yeah, this was the kind of the only time I had put on my stream that I put and scheduled the stream for tomorrow, but because I'd just gone for a haircut, but it was actually a different time than expected. So I thought, well, I've got some time, so I will do it. So oh, that's cool, Shannon. It does take time. With my piano teaching, the only downside is that, you know, going to and fro from places, it really does take up a huge amount of time getting there. And, you know, obviously it's only half an hour or an hour, whatever, but it does disrupt the kind of the flow of your weeknights, which is the only downside. I mean, I really enjoy doing it, but I do feel sorry for my mum having to ferry me around all the time. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just picking some pencils up to go over this so that I can start colouring it and seeing how it's going to turn out. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so it may turn out horribly. I mean, you're still going to be able to see I'm not going to do 3 layers or anything. Okay, that's right. I'm just going to stick with the 1 layer and see. I mean, it has dulled it to some degree, but it hasn't completely taken it away, which I think is good, because I don't. Okay, I'm not sure about that colour. Let's rub that out. Sometimes I don't check my colours, and that is a prime example of where I'm not happy with it. So, well, yes, I think it was kind of her kind of idea in the first place. Oh, sorry for the shaking camera. I just had to get my case on the table. But yeah, I think you know, it does take time out for her, but I think she does enjoy it, because I guess I have kind of got a job in a way just a bit earlier. Okay, let's find a different pencil. I really hope that doesn't yeah, same, Shannon. I mean, I've been doing my piano teaching for like half a year now, and sometimes I just think, oh, I don't want to teach today, but you know, it's all beneficial. So okay, I am gonna go with a different colour and hope that it works. I need to get a new one of these. It's PC120. I can't even remember what the name is, but I couldn't find one in America, which was unfortunate, because I was going to get a refill of it. Yeah, so all this is done. It would be different if I was going around in all of the edges and stuff, but all it's done here is kind of dulled them a bit, which doesn't bother me. This is just an experiment, so kind of hasn't worked. I guess it doesn't matter if you're colouring with dark colours, but if you're doing something, I don't know, yellow or orange, and you don't want to be able to see the lines, I guess then it's more important. Well, that's what most of my money is going towards, Shannon. I've got lots of my money in the bank to save for a car, and it's not that many years away, actually. So what I'm going to do probably is keep these pencils to the side after I've coloured this, because I want to try and reuse them as much as I can. So the only thing I've noticed here is when I've tried to colour in here, that's going over the ink, so it hasn't really gone over. It doesn't bother me, it's just something that I have noticed. I'm liking these colours better. I think I might do a red dragon, maybe, I'm not sure. Yes, it is a good thing to save for. I mean, I'm not really fussed on what car I comes to the time, but I know it will help because everything is so expensive nowadays. So I don't really need to go over it with the ink on the other ones, but I think it will look a bit odd if I leave it. So I'm going to go over with the ink and see how it works. So I'm going to be on till 7 or thereabouts, because I'm going to have dinner and then watch Bake Off. Have I gone off, Shannon? I can't tell anything because my computer is above me, but I'm watching it on a different screen. Oh, yeah, okay. I was worried then because I'm not. I mean, I've never had to stream from this OBS before. I've always just done the Google Hangout via YouTube, but now I'm having to do this new thing, and it's very annoying. So yeah, if at any point it's really weird or, you know, if it goes, let me know. Okay. I've just transferred some of the ink into the lid of the ink thingy because it's annoying having to dip it into the jar each time. Okay, no worries. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I have had a lot of trouble. But I'm just glad it's working now because I missed streaming. I haven't streamed for a while anyway because of being away. Hopefully I will go back to my normal Sunday time, which is roughly like 5 till 7 my time in England. Hi Charlotte, how are you doing? But that will probably resume maybe this Sunday. I might be able to squeeze in 2 this week, or it may start next Sunday. We'll see. I mean, obviously I'm not at 1,000 yet, so I can't do a notice thing on YouTube saying when I will or won't stream. So I just had to play it by ear. So if I'm not streaming, it doesn't mean I'm ill or anything. It just means that I can't be there right now, or, you know, I'm busy or something like that, or I need to do stuff. So please don't worry. And hopefully I will be able to get a video up instead. So you probably can't see any of the ink that I'm putting down, but I am putting ink down. Yeah, you probably can't see it though. I don't know if I'm going to do this for all of these little things because it is time consuming, but we will see. This may be an ongoing whip because it's kind of nice just to do one every once in a while. I'm glad Adrian suggested it because I've only done one page in this second copy, and it's nice to come back to things. So I did just recently do the fairy, but it's to have another completed page in here. Hi, Jo Beth. Right, so Charlotte, this is Winsor & Newton white ink. Here's the box. So basically, on the Colour Cave, oh my gosh, I just lost my words, yeah. So on the Colour Cave, Jo showed the her video on how she was doing this. So you basically just go over the lines, and instead of using a white gel pen or acrylic paint or gouache, it soaks in the ink kind of is so absorbent that it kind of soaks into the paper. So there's not really any texture on the top. So that works really well to kind of fade the lines a bit. I've only done one layer, and you have to do about 3 if you want them really, really light. But I just thought it was kind of a cool way if you wanted things to be more realistic. But I'm probably not going to do this in everything. It'll just be some things. But yeah, the colours I'm using are Sap Green Light, thanks Kenny, and then I'm using a lettuce green from Holbein. They're just 2 that I randomly picked. So this is just a experiment following the tutorial that I saw, because I've already got the 8 coloured inks. Well, actually, there's more than 8, but I've already got the set of the Winsor & Newton inks. I think it's the Henry collection, and then I've asked for the William one. So I've got coloured inks, but I don't have these this white one. So I thought I'd give it a try. Right, so I'm going to do this other. Oh, that's okay, Charlotte, no problem. I'm just going to sharpen my pencil, so hopefully I'll get the whole of this one done. It's lovely being here today. I often thought about doing weeknight streams, but I just don't think it's very convenient, and I can't do a Tuesday permanently anyway because I usually have my youth group. So this is a one-off because I'm still on holiday. But yeah, back to my usual Sunday streaming, hopefully very soon. Using Prismacolors always makes things go a little bit quicker, which is nice. And I don't layer with everything. It really depends what I'm colouring. I love colouring these bitty pages because you can really concentrate on just one thing and you don't have to worry about a whole page. And sometimes I don't fully kind of give appreciation to things, so it's really nice to just focus on that one thing and do it really well. And even if it takes you 2 times longer or whatever, I don't know, I think it's more satisfying when you know you've taken the time over something. But something very exciting is that I have the second Thomas Love Tomic book, the Sprok Just Boss book, which is Willem San in the Dutch edition. And his books just are so daunting, I think, for many people. But the reason I wanted it was because I wanted a colouring book that I used watercolour in, because as you know I do just use pencils, but that paper is quite thick and I thought it would be a great way to use watercolours and gouache and things. Oh, we're gone again, Pam. Hopefully I'll be back in a minute. I never know. So I think I'm going to go in. Oh, we're back. Okay. Right. I think I'm going to do the dragon. So I'm going to carry on doing this inking. Just to keep it consistent. It may just be the internet, because even though our house is brand new, we can have terrible connections sometimes, and this is the first time I'm streaming through OBS, so it may just be that, so just bear with it. It's not very easy now just to set it up and go. Obviously I watched the video and then afterwards it happened really quickly, which is good. But if it did crash, it would take me a bit to like redo it. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just experimenting and having fun. Because I got Aries books kind of when I first started doing proper adult colouring, and I wasn't pleased with many of the pages that I did, so I really wanted to get them again to have another shot at some of the pictures, because it was very early on when I didn't really think about colour palettes or anything. Charlotte, I might be able to. The only thing is, because it's on my computer, I'll have to try and zoom in by, I don't know if it's going to work, which is really annoying, because I really want it to. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I'm not sure if I can zoom in the screen using my hands. Or did I just move the screen there? Oh gosh, this. I don't think I can. If I was streaming, I don't know, through my phone or something, I'd be able to. I'm really sorry, Charlotte. I don't think I can. Oh, okay, now I've moved the screen, which is really annoying. Okay, it should be back to normal now. Basically, with the OBS thing, it gives you the screen, but to a weird dimension thing, so I can't really fiddle about with it too much. What I might be able to do is next time I can set the screen at a different different dimensions. There we go, it's back to normal now. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the first time I'm trying this out, so I'm quite new to it. But yeah, I will definitely try and sort that out for you. I apologise. It is annoying not being able to really see what I'm doing. I'll show you what I've done properly. But I guess the only thing I could do, just bear with me, is it's on top of some books and things. I can take some down so the camera will be closer. Let me do that for you. It will be very shaky, so just bear with me. Actually, I might go and grab Tom to help me. Hang on. Tom, can you help me with something quick? Okay, my mum's come to help me move him. Can you take, I want the camera to be closer with the thing. So can you take those two off and I'll just lift the computer up. There we go. It should be much closer now. It's working, thankfully. I had to watch 2 videos. The first one didn't work.
Well done.
Okay. Do you need... No, it's fine.
Still aiming for 7.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. The lags are quite long though. Okay. Hopefully that is better now, but yeah, the lag is terrible, so I'm not sure about the red now. I might do like a vermilion colour. I never really know with this sort of stuff. Oh, great, Kenny. Okay, from now on I won't have it so high up. I may even be able, be able to get it even closer in the future. So it's just I didn't know how the zoom would work with this being new and all. So okay, I think I'm going to do a kind of I'm going to use Venetian red, I think. Oh no, that's fine, Charlotte. Well, I was thinking it was quite far away anyway, so I can get it closer for you in the future. I could even take 2 more off, but I don't want it to shake around too much. But yeah, I will do that. I'll have it much closer for the next one. So I'm going to do a kind of a reddish pinky type colour. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we will see. Okay, I am going to hope. So, let me just grab an extender. So the colours I'm using are cinnamon and Venetian red from the Polychromos, pale vermilion from the Prismacolor, and 391 from the classic Faber-Castell Classics. I might not use all of them, but we'll see. So I'm going to start with the classic. Never really done dragons this colour before. Usually I stick with green, or I mean in Ivy I did the main dragon queen is green, and then I had a yellowy orange one and a purple. So this is a bit different for me. I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to layer with this and see what happens, because this paper isn't the best for layering, but I don't think it's too bad. Hopefully I'll be able to get quite a few in. The only annoying thing, I'm just going to tilt it there because coming upside down can also be tricky. I mean, I can still tell what I'm doing, obviously, but I just have to have it at a slight angle. So I was thinking about, I mean, it's quite a while away, but I was thinking about a colour along I would like to do through the month of November. Not sure, oh, okay, I've just made that. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but my birthday is in the month of November, and I would love to do a polar bear colour along, or a bear of some sort, a colour along in November, because I absolutely love polar bears, and I've actually noticed in lots of colouring books how many bears, or polar bears especially, there are. I thought it would be a great opportunity to colour some of them, and I was going to colour the polar bear from Fantastic Zoo near Christmas anyway. So I will tell you guys more about it closer to the time, but I thought it would be great because I haven't hosted one, and there was some that I was going to do, but I didn't really think it was the right time because lots of people had theirs. So I'm probably going to do that, which will be very exciting. But because I don't have Instagram, people have to either tag me through YouTube or email pictures, but hopefully I'll be able to get some videos up and stuff for that, which will be exciting. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just carrying on with this. Okay, this is the thing that I'm not sure about, which is the pale vermilion and the Prismacolor. I'm not sure if it's going to make it too red. Just trying to add a little bit. It's quite hard to just have a little bit of the Prismacolor going on because they're so pigmented. This is a cute dragon, I have to admit. Okay. Kind of liking it so far. I just think I need to keep adding to it. I really don't want to use a blender pencil, but I think that's probably enough layers. I may go in with the darker colour once more, but I don't think you really need the blender pencil with this paper because it's so smooth anyway. So I've been working in Flower Year and Nightfall a lot recently. Are there any books that you guys are working on a lot? Have you got one particular book that you keep coming back to? Because that's kind of me with the Flower Year. I guess the thing I like about it is it's throughout the months, so I always feel inspired and stuff to, go back and do something for each month because it's like a monthly thing. So I've started the September page. I kind of started it a bit late. I know some people colour them like through August so that they have it done for the beginning of September. I actually start them in September so that I'm colouring it throughout. Oh, Summer Nights, lovely, Shannon. I have the I only have Daydreams from Hannah Carlson, but I would love to get the Spirit Animals book. I think for me, the thing is with Daydreams is there are lots of the animals in that one, and that's what I prefer colouring. And I know there are obviously lots of animals and things in her other books, but I do like the women, but I find I'm drawn to the creatures more. And out of the books, the women are my favourite in Daydreams, but I would like Spirit Animals because I like the thing of having the 2 pages together. Okay, I'm just going to use a light layer of buff titanium. See how that works. Okay, and I think that's the dragon done. I'm fairly happy with that, and I'm now going to, I think that's meant to be like grass. Okay, no worries, Jo Beth. Thank you so much for joining. Take care too. I'm going to try and do a slightly different green. I don't want it all to be the same. Okay, I'm going to, actually no, not that one. Okay, I'm going to use an olivey colour. Oh, the grasshopper page, that's the one that Peter Hewitt did, isn't it? I love that page. Right, I'm going to use a olive colour with the same Holbein, just so that it ties in, but it's still different. Because I don't want it to be too, too different that it looks a bit odd. Hopefully I'll be able to use that red colour somewhere else. So it is quite similar actually, just the way it's layered. So I think I may go in with a slightly different colour instead of the Holbein again. Yeah, so that is quite similar. So I think I'm going to go in with a bit of blue just to soften that a bit. It is still quite similar, but it is a bit different. Okay, there we go, it's all muted. Quite like that. So at the moment it's looking quite Christmassy because red and green. I'm already excited for Christmas. I'm going to start colouring my autumn pictures soon, and Halloween and stuff, but I am going to be starting Christmas pictures pretty much as soon as Halloween's over. That's just what I do. Okay. Okay, Charlotte, no worries. I think what I'm going to do is do a pink ribbon and pink bits here, and then a gold colour for the crown and his thing there. And then I am going to glitter and gel pen and put everything on here because I want to, and I think it will be nice having one part of it finished. So I'm going to get some pink. Okay, so pink, I'm using 329 from the Classics and Pink Rose from Prismacolor. Where's my shot nibble? There it is. I think this will work quite well because this Pink Rose is quite muted. So let's hope. I am going to go right. This is going to slow it down a bit, but I am going to go in with the ink on all of this, so I may need to let that bit dry again. Actually, I'm going to go in with a slightly thicker brush because it will just mean that I go over this more quickly. To be honest, this doesn't really make a difference with one layer, but I want to do it just so that it's a full experiment. And it is selling it down a bit, and I think I mean, these lines in Romantic Country are quite light anyway, but I like the fact that they are a bit more dull, just to make it a tiny bit more realistic. This is much quicker with this thicker brush. A little goes a long way with this ink. I was surprised at how opaque it was. I think I might try using my little brush and doing dots and then letting it dry and see how it works compared to a Uniball Signo. I would be interested to know how that works. And how opaque it actually is, because the only thing I found with the Uniball Signo is it does work well, but it starts and stops a lot. And you do have to keep scrubbing on a piece of white paper, you know, to get it going. Which is annoying, but... Oh, do you, Shannon? Yeah, they do work quite well, actually. No Colouring Francis uses the Albrecht Dürer quite a lot. What, the effect I'm doing, Charlotte? Thank you. I think in time it will become more effective for me. I think in the flower year especially it will be really useful if I want, because I should have really, if I hadn't coloured the blue tip page already, it would have been useful for that. But I think then I would have had to do the layering thing and wait, because I would probably want 3 layers. I mean, this is only 1, but 3 layers does really wipe the lines out. I mean, these are quite faint anyway. They're kind of that grey brownish colour, so I wouldn't have too much trouble with this anyway, but especially in other books that have really crisp black lines. You'd have a hard time with Hannah Lynn with this technique. You'd have a hard time with Hannah Lynn trying to white out the lines anyway, because some of hers are very thick. Yes, it is. The paper, you know, it does take pencils well, but I know for some people who love to layer, it's not the most ideal paper for layering. So watercolours is a very good way of getting around that. I mean, as I've said, I don't really use watercolours much in my books anyway, which is the reason I've got the Tomislav Tomic book to kind of just dedicate that. I mean, I may go over with pencils, but primarily it's going to be my gouache, my watercolours. But in the Arteza 60 set of gouache, they have lots of pearlescent colours as well, so it'll be fun to play around with those. Okay, I am not going to do the stars because I'm going to go over those with other things, and I think the texture will just be a bit odd. But I am going to do this crown, and then we can get on with the colouring of these bits. hopefully the ribbon will be dry. This doesn't take long to dry either, which is good. And it's not too different in colour to this paper, so even if I do go out of the lines, you can't really notice once you coloured it. Okay, let's go in then with the pink. So it hasn't really made a difference on the ribbon, and actually covering the whole area has made it a bit hard to just go over this ink. So if I was to do this again, I wouldn't colour in the whole area. I can't get the depth that I want with the Faber-Castell Classic. So I would say covering whole areas isn't the best.